Hey, we live, fellas. Unfortunately, we're coming here under. I don't even know what we just watched, bro. We watched the Dallas Cowboys trick off home field advantage after the Eagles tricked off the second half of the season. Jordan Love looked like Aaron Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, Manning versus us. First quarterback ever to throw for a perfect passer rating in his NFL playoff debut. Bro, where do we start? So I'll start with you, Devin. What did you see? I know you didn't see much, but what were the things that you saw that led us straight downhill early?
Total domination from jump. Honestly, I think the same thing that's been giving us struggles on offense was the same thing that gave us struggles today. Team went cover 2 man, we can't beat it, man. It's like we see cover 2 man, it's like our kryptonite offensively. I think that first pick that Dak threw was holding. They didn't get the call. Oh, well, we move on forward. The second one, man, I think he wanted to get CD so involved that he had dead set in his mind. I'm throwing this ball to CD regardless. And that pick 6, I think, killed us offensively. And then defensively, man, I just feel like we a man team. So now you want to throw zone out here, go zone, since he's been playing well against the zone. Against a man all year. Jordan Love's been looking good against a man. So you want to, outthink yourself, and go out there and throw a zone out there. And got torched, got killed, man. So that's what I saw.
Before we go to the next two, we'll all talk about what was going on with Dak and CD. It's like them boys had beef out of nowhere. How you had that year come into the? It was like from the jump they looking at each other crazy. What you think, Will?
I tried to be understanding, man, because I don't know if he had a death in the family or anything. Could have been. He looked in his eyes like he wasn't there. He wasn't just dropping passes. That second drop he had went right through his hands by his face. He didn't even have to extend.
He didn't even touch it.
Yeah, it was like Little League, bro. He had his hands too wide. The diamond wasn't tight.
And got mad at that.
Hey, man, it's called the lights of the big stage, man. He was on that big stage and didn't produce. Now, Dak was forcing a lot of balls. That's how he caught it. That's how he threw the interceptions. Now, then also, let's get on like the corners. You got outside zone, and you outside zone. You ain't got DP. You played corner in college. I played corner in college. What coach said? Hey, don't get beat on the outside or don't get beat in the inside when you have that leverage. They had outside leverage, so you already know, dude. Hey, I'm fast. I'm a corner. I know how to handle this outside. So you already know most people ain't gonna throw it outside. Now you got people trying to hit you with a double move. You already know they're going inside. Safety flying to the other side of the field. Hey, Gilmore got caught twice on that.
Right.
Like I said, I'd rather have Happy Gilmore than Stephon Gilmore today.
Gilmore, man. It's Gilmore. Come on, boy. Like, that's high school.
Bro, it was terrible. What about the defense with the run game? It literally went back to that first loss. Arizona Cardinals showed us when boys commit to running.
I think that was worse. I will say that. I think that was worse.
It was, but I think it goes back. They ran it on us. We couldn't stop the Bills from running the rock. Like
the Bills,
I think we just got so many pass rushers, and our rushers are like attack the quarterback. They ain't worried about holding the point of attack. They worried about getting to the quarterback.
Actually, if we can dig right into that, I don't know if y'all saw the same thing. One of the adjustments we made that was working while Hankins was out was letting Micah play a little bit more linebacker and putting one of them larger ends out there. And on top of that, I can't really get on Gilly as much because one of the problems we had all night, Love had way too much damn time.
Yeah.
Way too much time.
He did.
You're going to play zone like these were he came from clean cross the other side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
If you got 5, 6, 7 seconds, that's what's going to happen in the zone.
They're
in the hole, they're going to hit it. Those are easy throws. They weren't tight window. These niggas was wide open.
Yep. There was some wide open throws, but I will say Love was throwing some fadeaways though. Love got that Mahomes, Stafford, Rodgers off balance throws. He was
facts, man.
This is a perfect example.
Also, we had Damone Clark. Like, dude, you a linebacker, bro. Why you linebacker?
I think that's
and the guys came right there, like 37-yard reception. Like, bro, you can't drop as far as the safeties, dude. Play your zone. The thing was, we had a lot of missed assignments, especially in zone. Yep. And that's how they tore us up.
Yep.
Like,
tons of young guys.
I think that proves Devin's point.
Right there. But Love is a perfect example, too, to me, of what confidence does for you. You know, we look at how he looked when he got his opportunity to play that Chiefs game a couple years ago, and now looking at him now this season, man, confidence does wonders. And when you got somebody that's believing in you, LaFleur dialing stuff up for him, he got guys that are running wide open. And the thing that I was scared about with the Packers was not only Aaron Jones being healthy, but they don't, even though they have all these young guys, and you don't really know where they're gonna go. They use every single person on their team. They use every single receiver. You can't single out and try to shut down one particular guy.
That's that Shanahan tree. Shanahan tree.
Yeah.
Like I said,
they got dogs. Nobody get tired.
Their leading receiver was, I think they said Reed, and he didn't even have a catch. And that's
didn't have a catch.
When you have a coach that can scheme, like a McVay or a Shanahan, or even like a McDaniels, two things you're going to see. You're going to see guys running wide open. One, whereas Dallas guys got to make plays. These guys got to make catches. There's a difference between having to make a play and making a catch. Because some guys are scheming to get you open, and other coaches like McCarthy are running plays and hoping their guys are good enough.
Yep.
Two, obviously we can't talk about what happened with the Dolphins yesterday, but when the Dolphins are riding good, even if Tyreek doesn't go for 1,000,000 yards, they can still score. CD isn't scoring a lot, like the Cowboys receivers are just out there.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing with the other good coaches. You don't. Your best guy doesn't have to have his best game for you to feel fluid.
Exactly.
Like, and that's what I feel Dallas's problem is. It's like if CD ain't going crazy, and if Dak ain't like going crazy, there ain't no ways to say, oh, we gonna get like for instance Shanahan. When you look at the Niners, McCaffrey can go crazy. Or he don't have to, because you're still going to get Debo, because you're going to put him in the backfield, you're going to motion him, you're going to get Kittle, you're going to have Ayuk. And Dallas has all those similar guys. They got a good tight end, good running backs, good receivers. But those guys don't seem like if Debo doesn't have an amazing game or Ayuk doesn't have an amazing game, they just drop. No, it's just the next man up. Dallas has to be perfect because the scheme isn't getting anybody open.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
that's true.
Also,
that's fair.
You got to think, man. Pollard, he had some good runs.
He did.
Like, once he get hot, he had 2 good runs in a row, and then next thing you know, McCarthy like trying to do something else. Hey, let's force this 3rd and 6. Let's force it. Hey, let's force it to CD. Like, nah, bro, you got so many other players who can make a play. Like Gallup, they start getting Gallup involved. And hey, Gallup, we didn't see him. We're all Cowboys fans. We didn't see Gallup come up big in huge games. But tonight,
like when you look at it, like I said, Gallup and Cooks, they only get used when it don't matter. Like in games they winning. Like where's Brandon Cooks at night? Like boys just be nowhere, and then you hit Gallup a couple of times just because it was. But it's like they only get used, and Cook and Gallup usually only have big impacts on games that don't matter. Like games like tonight that matter, CD wasn't feeling it. You still got Brandon Cooks. You got Gallup. Like Ferguson, we needed to get that going earlier, which, yes, they got it going later, but it don't matter once you down 27-0.
Yeah.
Like, that don't matter no more.
You got to look for them dudes earlier.
Yeah, how long do y'all think McCarthy got before he fired?
McCarthy going to be fired in a week.
I think
Belichick
in the locker room. I think they're...
Yeah, he getting brought in. He'll be in by Tuesday. And, man, I'm not a fan of Belichick. I don't know. For some reason, man, Brady put him on the pedestal. I'm not a fan of Belichick. We can say that all day.
Wait, what do you say?
Hey. He had it, but who went out there and executed the plays? Brady did. Now, tell me, what Super Bowl did he have before Brady?
No, you're right.
He ain't got a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. Brady did everything. Look what he
did. Goes both ways with those guys. I don't think I could be wrong.
That's in a vacuum. I can't do that to Belichick. That's in a vacuum, and I don't even like the Patriots. Because first of all, Mac Jones sucks. Let's get that out the way. Mac Jones is ass. He's trash. So
but he had
coach to win with one of the worst quarterbacks
with the Panthers, man. Them boys is trash. Like they had some good players, But hey, he put the team on his back that year and took them to the big show.
That was Cam Newton. He was the MVP.
I've always given
Cam
more
Newton,
to Brady than Belichick.
Oh, you're talking about Belichick? That's late Cam. That's right before I retired Cam.
The thing with Belichick is not his coaching more, which I think his coaching is still old and overdoing dinosaur. It's his GM skills. He don't know how to bring nobody in. Think about
it. Not give him control. But we ain't got to worry about that because Steven never let him control.
Like, think about the good guys that they, even with Brady, when's the last time the Patriots, even when they were winning, bought in a guy from the draft and he was just like, yeah. Especially like a high to mid-round guy. Like, you get some diamonds in the rough, but you don't.
Except Moss at one year. Offensively, nobody. Defensively, they were
defense.
I can't say that.
Hall of Fame because was all over the place.
I can't say that. They drafted Aaron Hernandez. They drafted Gronk. Like, they drafted guys. Like, so
but
we
that
can't
was how
say
long
that.
ago.
Exactly. That's what
I'm saying. I'm talking about in the last like 10 years, like, because those guys, Gronk and them, so they was doing good.
Tight end, they could hit on
after
consistently.
That, like nobody else.
Tight end, they was killing it.
Yeah, but I think they were looking at it from a standpoint like Bill's a defensive guy, so he was getting certain guys to fit his defensive scheme. You know, now when we go back, we're gonna reverse track a little bit. I'm not one of those guys who say, "Oh, it's Brady, 1,000%." Brady was the reason they won them championships. I can't say that because
those were great teams, man.
Yeah, I think those were great teams.
Those were great teams. Top 3 scoring defense, the best kicker of all time, one of the best coaches of all time. Like, and one of the best line, like their line was Brady was one of the cleanest quarterbacks in the league every year.
For sure.
You can't overlook that. It wasn't like he was making it happen with who we got the Redskins we beat last week. Like he wasn't making that work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but when we're talking about that, I know we got on them, but it was brought up because of Cowboys and should we have Bill? Who do y'all think we should get though?
Harbaugh. If Harbaugh wanted,
McCarthy done. He's done.
Is he done? Is he done?
He interviewed
right now. Tell him, hey, clean up your office.
There's no way Jerry
3-12 wins.
Your last check. You know
that's true. It's gonna be hard to justify.
It's gonna be hard.
12 wins.
And he doesn't. They don't play well in big games. But 3 12-win seasons. It's hard to say, hey, I got to get you up out of here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he has been a successful coach. He has just not been successful in the postseason.
Want me to tell you why I know he's gone and why 12 wins don't mean nothing? Because back-to-back Super Bowls didn't mean nothing. Also, Jerry's getting older. Jerry don't care about being 12 wins. Jerry want to see one more of them things before he goes. If Jerry was a younger guy, maybe he would. Jerry want to see one. He just need Jerry is kind of like how they was talking about Bill Belichick and Saban. Like they're like that old couple. They're both healthy. One passed away, and then within an hour, the other one passed away out of nowhere. Right, broken heart. I feel like Jerry is gonna be that dude. He win the Super Bowl. A week later, he's like, "I'm good with y'all, bro. I'm out." Like,
he said, "I've been having surgery after surgery."
I don't even blame him though. Like, hey, go out on top, man.
Jerry
all means go out on top.
Win, bro.
Jerry on that Rockefeller stuff. He hanging on with all type of stuff. Boy.
Hey, but that's a good question though. If it does happen, if you do fire McCarthy, which way do you go? Because everybody wants DQ. Hey, what DQ just showed me?
Yeah.
No. I'm not giving it to DQ. Man. After today, and after some other stuff I've seen this season, DQ is just as much at fault, man. We beat down on these bad teams. We get all the fumbles and turnovers and pick sixes against them, and then we can't stop a cold when we play somebody with a good offense. Yeah, and we can't reward that, man.
So do you want a offensive type guy or do you want a defensive type guy? We see what these young coordinators are doing.
For the head coach position, I like an offensive mind unless they're a Mike Tomlin type. But those guys are rare. They can do a defensive mindset and then kind of because head coach has veto power and they every now and then they be giving they say on offense. And if you ain't that dude, that just stay out of it's easier for offensive coach to stay out the defense business than the other way around. But
I think it's tough because in the NFL. Like, it makes it tough because you're looking at guys that are fired and guys that are coordinators. In college, it's a little easier to be like, who do you want as your head coach? Because you can just snatch another guy from another school. Right? The Cowboys can't just be like, oh, we want Shanahan. We'll pay him a lot of money to take him. So I think it's hard.
If you don't have a follow-up, then it's a hard question.
Yeah, so like
it's
I said,
easy
it's
to say
hard
fire him. It's hard to just pick somebody and just say, let's try
because
it.
it's other fired guys or guys for the first time. So I don't think that Belichick is the guy just because of it's
Age.
2 old guys head button.
Age.
They ain't gonna get along.
It's like hiring Joe Biden right now, right? It's a little late long in the tooth. Like he's gonna be falling asleep at press conferences and stuff real soon. We ain't got time.
Then you also have to think about the Patriots. Bill, he ran his shit like an army.
Yep.
Like, hey, you ain't getting the Dallas Cowboys.
We are gonna be disciplined.
As long as the
we ain't gonna
Cowboys
not show up.
existed, hey, we got bad boys. We got a lot of characters.
Yeah.
All the way back from the 90s, Super Bowls. Take it all the way back to the 70s. We always had bad boys on the team. So Belichick come in, I really don't think it'll even be like a 7-8 win season because he's not going to be able to handle that amount of character that we have on the team.
I keep seeing Belichick going to the Falcons anyway. I've been seeing that a lot. Gronk even mentioned.
I think they want him. I don't think he's going for a team he don't think gonna win now.
Yeah. I seen Gronk mention it today before the game, and I feel like Gronk got some inside info, and that's the team I keep seeing him connected to. I talked to some guys on the inside today. They said it's pretty much a done deal with Harbaugh going. With Harbaugh going to the Chargers, so the Chargers is out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Harbaugh, like it hasn't been announced, but I talked to some guys on the inside, and that's what they keep pushing, that Harbaugh's going to get the Chargers job there. He's just trying to negotiate his bread up.
All right, DP Schefter, dropping knowledge.
Man.
I get it. I jump in these DMs. Some of these coaches.
It's good to have a man on the inside.
And they did announce today, after I talked to the coach, literally 30 minutes after I talked to him, Harbaugh is meeting with them this week. They're the first NFL team he's going to meet with. Like I said, he's going to get that job pretty much 95% chance that I was told.
Yeah, I think Dallas has to go with. I think Dallas again has to go with youth, though, man. I think you got to get you one of these young coordinators. The only thing I don't like is if you do go with a young offensive-minded coordinator, you got Dak is having to learn a whole other system over again, this is like the fourth system that he's gonna have to learn again, man. So I think that'd be tough.
Yeah. I think he has the ability to learn a new system, though. So I think we're good there, but we can't be stale like that. Like he said, like if CD do what he did today, which is just, I don't know what that deer in headlight stuff was going on. Dropping passes, looking like he don't want to be there. Like, because the difference between us and the 49ers that we mentioned, we can't run through other people because we're set up to run it through him, and he opens everybody up. So if he's off, what they just proved is they can't get open by themselves.
True.
They can't get open by themselves. Other than tight end, nobody else was able to beat their matchup.
You gotta look at it. CD, he cold. He balls out. Like he had over 135 catches in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But you got to think, man. We have a lot of good other players. We got ballers. Yeah. But the thing is, I think they just want to force the ball to CD.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to.
I don't think feeding your best guy will get you.
Some type of super player in him, which he is. He's cold. Yeah. But you can't just force it to your star all the time. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's kind of like we're a one-trick pony. Hey, CD. All right, now we don't know what the hell we're doing.
I'll push back on that one. Yeah, I'll push back on that one. If you got a dude who's that guy, you should be able to go to him and run your offense through him. It's just the problem is, like he said, if he's off that night, your other weapons, you need to be able to effectively use them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if Justin Jefferson's on and we winning with it, shoot, 12 catches.
I agree.
As long as we efficient. Now, he can't be targeting him 12 times and he catch 5 of them. Or the Cooper Kupp thing where you just trying to make him the guy when he's not the guy. I'm not going to say not the guy, but you can't really win that way. We were winning that way. The problem tonight was CD didn't show up. The drops he had weren't just drops. They were crucial down.
Yeah.
The game changes if he catches those. We get a first down. We get, he get to nose wiping and doing all that. And next thing you know, he's got 15 catches for 160 yards and we win. Yeah. So we can win with that, but he's got to
I understand what you're saying. I agree with that. But you got to check this out. Yeah, hey, dude covered. He covered. You can't force balls. So, like I was saying, hey, they're forcing balls to CD. Yeah. Like, hey, there's other players.
And I think you must be referring to the pick.
CD's going to get open. You seen him. him.
You must be referring to the
second half. Hey, he was catching. So, but you can't just force it because when you force it, look.
His drops weren't forced balls. they hit him right in the hands. He got to have those.
He did have a couple drops. He did have a few drops. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, them drops were it went right through his hand.
But those drops hurt us, but not as much as the pick sixes.
Look at this.
Can we talk about the
Cowboys
pick six?
are the first team to lose 3 straight playoff games as a 7-point favorite since the merger.
Man.
Finesse team, man. Finesse team. Like, I think the Cowboys mentally are soft, and I'm gonna be honest, I think physically they're soft too. I think any type of prosperity or expectations is put on them dudes, man. I think they're mentally weak. I mean, it's clear.
They were pushing CD around all night, and he was not pushing back, bro. And I don't like seeing that from no player on my team.
Yeah. Hey, that was like physical.
When they put CD in the back, bro, and he just
he didn't even get in his face. He didn't even get in his face.
Yep. Hey, it was like we, you know, how the coach would be like, y'all remember when y'all played? Hey, you going through the motions. It felt like we were going through the motions all night, just going through the motions. Like I felt like when we stepped on that field, we expected to win.
Wasn't no fire. There was no fire.
I'm just looking at all.
You got to take this mentality. There was like they thought they just needed to go ahead and just run the plays, and they were all gonna work.
And there was nobody
like playing on like balls on air, like doing scout team, like playing against scout team. That's
they like it's another day. You know, it's just the 17th about to bust their ass.
And if you look at it, there was nobody got nobody chest. Like there was nobody on the sideline jack nobody. Nobody said nothing to nobody. It's everybody just moving and cruising, doing their own little thing, man. I don't like that. Who is our real leader? Who is our team leader?
That's a good question.
We didn't really got. I thought it was Parsons. And Parsons more like, hey, I'm a lead by balling.
Yeah, Parsons.
Who is the defensive leader? Who's the offensive leader?
I see Parsons leading on Twitter all day. He's a Twitter leader. I don't see nothing on the field.
Hey, after that game, I can't even defend it after that game. I don't want to see a podcast for a few weeks. You better not get on your podcast and talk about the game tonight after you
some guys are just lead by example, but I see that as Parsons. He ain't the guy that I've never seen him like go yoke nobody up. I've never seen him go talk to somebody on the sideline. Like he's more
getting their grill and make them pick it up, man.
Yeah,
we don't have a Ray. We don't have a Roquan Smith who we should have got. Like we don't have a guy that's gonna get people grill and make them play, man. D-Law did what he said he was gonna do. Like I'm not gonna look at the end stats and act like because they were killing us on outside runs more than anything. In the middle, the big boys did their job in the center, and D-Law said what he was going to do and got back there. And they were at 2nd and 9 and 3rd and 9 a bunch of times when it counted. And, you know, I'm not talking about when they gave up. So he did what he said he was going to do, but he doesn't talk to him either. He on the sideline, mouth closed, watching the game.
Yeah, I just think, man, the Cowboys got to get some leadership, bro. The leadership, and then they got to get an offensive-minded young coordinator because you have way too much talent. So it's either the coach, offensive coordinator, or the coach, but with a dog, young coordinator, because you have too many guys that it's literally the 49ers with McCaffrey being better than our running back.
Yeah.
He's better than Ayuk. And then you got other guys like Gallup and him and Debo. Yes, Debo does more, but you still got twos. You got a Cooks. You got a tight end. Yeah. You got a lot. Like, you got what the 49ers got, except
offensively, defensively, we can't sniff it.
Yeah, no. And that's what I'm just talking about. Offensive side.
We have one line. Let me get close to the camera. We have one actual linebacker on the roster and a bunch of safeties playing linebacker.
That is true.
It shows too.
One linebacker on.
Hey, but you got to think. Hey, we made it this far. Like they were banging heads all season. So
against who though? What we've been
against nobody.
And even when we were winning, I was defending them. I did say like once we play these teams that are smash mouth and hard nosed. Marcus Bell cannot be your linebacker.
They're too light, one, and then two, they are reacting. You know what I'm saying? Not reading. They're reacting and not reading. You know, it's a difference. You know, you gotta be if you're gonna be that smart, you gotta step react. Yeah.
Read and react, not react and read. Read and then boom, go get it.
Yeah. And then taking steps in the wrong direction and then trying to tell.
You can tell when the running back meeting their ass in the hole. You ain't even meeting the running back in the hole. You a linebacker, you meeting his ass in the hole. You ain't getting drove back 3, 4, or 5 yards.
That's because the running back
outweighed Ray Lewis. You meet your ass in the hole and your ass falling on your back.
So is that what the Cowboys got to do? They got to draft a linebacker?
We should have last year. We should have how many snaps did our second round pick play tonight? Anybody know?
I think like 2.
He played. I didn't even see them 2. What 2 is this, Trav? Schoonmaker played tonight.
Hey,
bro. And that's, I mean, to tell you the truth, Dan Quinn, and he's a genius defensive coordinator. But I mean, tonight he didn't have it. Like you playing zone when they tearing their ass up in zone.
He got out.
Man, I think he beat himself before the game started. Like Devin said, you came out and you didn't go with your identity. You played some other stuff that we don't run. We don't run that. You have 2 cornerbacks that are great cover guys.
Yeah.
And you go into this zone scheme where they go in the wrong way, busted coverages, everybody wide open. Like, it's one thing to, like, have a catch where it's like, oh, that was a great catch. He beat him on a route. Forget routing somebody up. He was wide open by like 5-10 yards before anybody. I didn't see nobody.
Nobody around him. Nobody.
Michael was chasing him down. I was like, what in the world?
College, and hey, DP can even say this as a cornerback in college. If you a man guy, and then they switch you to zone, it's a whole different ball game.
It's different.
I mean, you used to being in somebody's face, using either pressing or gathering technique. But then from there, now you gotta play off a little bit zone. Now you gotta worry about
zone is more up here. And zone is reps. Zone is reps of feeling, baiting. Man is
chemistry.
Just are you a dog?
Zone is chemistry too.
Yeah, that's what man is. Are
zone
you a
is
dog?
Chemistry.
Zone is okay. I know if I sink a little further, he's going to get over the top of me. That's why there were so many wide gaps because they don't do it. You can't just. It's no different than I remember one game. Coach wanted to. We played man in zone at KU. But we played sides of the field, not field and boundary. We just played our side. One game, he was like, hey, we're going to switch because we want this corner to fall. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't break off of this foot to drive slants. You can't just do it that week and think when I've done it for 17 weeks one way of this is how we play. And especially a team as hot as what the Packers had been and how Jordan Love. They said since week whatever, Love has the
18-1,
QBR
18 touchdowns, only
rating
one
or
pick.
whatever. And he's been going crazy. The way he was throwing the ball off, bro. Come on, bro. You can't do that versus that man, bro. You got to do that versus maybe Joe Flacco. He's having a run, but he ain't that confident in moving around. You maybe get away with that, but not against a young gun that has nothing to lose and he's riding high. Because see, that's the thing. When you
a great coordinator.
Yes, when you young and you playing like that, you don't know you're not supposed to be playing like that.
Exactly.
So you're not scared. You walking around like this, whereas the old head is like, oh, I'm playing good. I gotta stay at this level. The young dude saying I'm better than all y'all with his chest out, and you seen the swag he played with today.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones too gave him
so
much more of a confidence as well, man. He looked like a monster, man. It really did. And he kills us every time we play him. Like, I get so sick of seeing his face, bro, every time he scored. Like, hey, my soul was hurt, bro.
Every time, bro. Every time. Well, we'll end it with this, man. We'll go from Devin to Will to Justin. Give us your last thoughts. Keep about a minute and a half, if it's that long, of where you think the Cowboys go from here.
I'm interested to see if they fire McCarthy. That's one. Two, I'm interested to see also who gets paid and how we break down the payment structure from here on out. Because you got that, you got CD, you got Micah. Like, you got to figure out a way how you're going to pay these guys. And I want to see what we end up doing in the draft because, honestly, I feel like our line is getting older as well. You're going to need linemen soon. We need linemen. You need linebackers. You need guys. So I'm interested to see how this offseason is going to look. But it's hard. It's another tough loss, man. So we'll see what happens.
What you got, Will?
Man, well, we got to start at the top. You got to decide if you're going to keep your coaches first. Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy, you got to make decisions there. And then after that, you got to look to the draft and start filling some holes and talk about free agency and contracts. And defense has to be addressed at the linebacker position. That's been terrible all year. And like he said, on that O-line, while everybody's looking at skills positions, we done wasted our time and not really addressed the Tyron Smith situation. And now Zach Martin getting long in the tooth. He's been Kratos. He's been Zeus out here, and now he's immortal. Like, he's looking very mortal this year. And we got nobody really ready that we trust to start at guard for 17 games. So you got that going on.
Yeah.
So just you got to figure that out. And then, like he said, we got that money situation. A lot of people's money changed. We might lose some guys because they ain't gonna want to take the cuts they're gonna have to take. But we can't give you everybody max money after what we just saw tonight.
Facts.
We got to bring in some other guys.
What you got, Justin?
Man, hey, I'm right there with Will. Like, first thing, hey, we need to figure out the coaching situation. Are we letting McCarthy go, or are we bringing him in for
No,
the year?
just playing.
If not, who
He might call the
is
Chargers
taking
back.
his
He made the
spot?
decision before we lost.
But then the second thing is, you already know, with the Cowboys, we always lose half our good players because we don't like to pay. So, hey, we're going to lose. We got to see who we're going to let go, what's going to happen in free agency, and who we going to draft. I mean, is Dak still the guy? After the night, is Dak still the guy? Is he the guy who's going to bring our franchise, our team, for the next 5 years? I fully think we're gonna make a move at a first round quarterback this draft.
I wouldn't be mad.
From there, he's gonna sit behind Dak 1 or 2 seasons, and then possibly start after. Now, which quarterback? I don't know. But
First round?
Lamar fell to number 32.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I think we're taking the first rounder at quarterback because that after the night, like you got to think forcing balls. It's a coach telling you, but hey, coach be like, hey, look for CD. But hey, at the end of the day, you the person who playing. So hey, you're forcing it to CD. You're forcing balls now. Like, hey, Dak, I thought we was over that past 2 seasons. This season, you have actually played very well. Minus a couple games, but now it looks like, hey, we went back to the past. So I would not be surprised if the Cowboys went quarterback either first or second round, and then we'll see.
Yeah,
man. Like I said, it's a lot. You got to figure out the McCarthy situation, the Dan Quinn situation. Are they paying Dak early again because the cap is just going to keep going up? And do you want to be stuck? Do you want to be stuck on the other side of that again, like you currently are? I think we got to see what the defense looks like when Trayvon Diggs come back. How do you shuffle that? Did Gilmore only sign? How many years did Gilmore sign for?
Is it 2 or 1?
Is he a free agent after this year?
I think he may be a free agent.
Is it a 1 or a 2 year deal?
Yeah, it would have been a 1 or 2. I don't know if it was 1 or 2.
I think it was a 1.
He'll be back.
I think 2-1.
Okay.
I think he'll be back.
Diggs coming back next year. Guys getting paid. Mike obviously coming up. I think the biggest
Diggs
thing
coming back too. So that's good.
I think the biggest thing is just, man, really finding true leadership from a head coaching standpoint and an on-field standpoint. Those 2 things. Because even when like they're scoring and they're showing Dak on the sideline, you just see Dak, they'll score and Dak will be like, and just get the throwing. Like there ain't no, hey, bro, like bring it in. What are we doing? Like think about it. When the game was about to get out of hand, that's when the Bradys, the Rodgers, the Mannings, the Mahomes, get everybody on the sideline. It's like, bro, we have to score or we're losing. You never see the Cowboys on the sideline with anybody say, hey, this is what we got to do. Everybody just kind of stays in their corner. Dak's over there throwing. Mike is doing his stuff. McCarthy's just standing there looking into the screen. Like, nobody ever gathers and
McCarthy
rallies.
be looking confused with him up.
Hey, DP, can I ask you one question? One question. Do you think Dak's our guy to take us so we can win a Super Bowl? What do you really think about that?
I think this is a bad time to ask us that.
I think Dak, unfortunately, is never going to be like, and this was one of his better years. But I don't think he can be the driving force and the reason why we win. I think Jordan Love can be the reason that the Packers would win a Super Bowl from how he played tonight, right? He's running, he's up. I think that can be a part of a Super Bowl team, but he would be better than the Matt Hasselbacks and some of the Rex Grossmans that got there.
Joe Flacco.
But I think
not Rex Grossman now.
No, but I'm just saying, like quarterbacks that got carried to a game like that, he's better than those guys.
Exactly.
But I don't think he's going to be like, oh, if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have won that Super Bowl.
I think that.
No, I think if he has the right leadership, like as far as coaching, that he is that guy. But I think what you said first is really the big deal. We don't have the coach. You get what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, like what they're missing with the Chiefs, and they, because of the division, they didn't got into the playoffs with the record they have anyway. But the Chiefs, they miss what Bieniemy brought. We don't have bad cops. We still got Garrett and Garrett. It's a different type of Garrett, but we still have two good cops. We don't have nobody that's digging into these players and bringing the best out of them because it starts at the top. And if you do got a Belichick who ain't gonna be that guy, then you need a Brady who is gonna break some tablets or something on the sideline and do all that. But if you ain't gonna do that, you need a Ray Lewis on defense. Somebody's got to be that emotional leader. We don't have one.
Yeah, I think Dak is
keep
plenty
the
good.
energy right. Like Dak has all the talent and all the skills that we would need. But but you got to either replace him with a quarterback who does have that,
exactly,
or go get that at a different position or in a coach.
I think he's plenty good enough.
The energy got to be right. Man.
He's plenty good enough. I think he can get it done. I like what DP said. If he's going to be the driving force behind it, I don't know about that, but I think he's plenty good enough to get the job done. We've seen lesser quarterbacks.
Yeah, he can get it.
I believe it when I see it. I think it's where we're all at. I think we're all at. I believe it when I see it.
Man, with that being said, we could go on for another 3 days about these trash ass Cowboys. But
God knows everybody else will.
Man. And I enjoyed that too, fellas. So we'll wrap it up here, but we're gonna keep chopping it up. I'm gonna hit y'all boys up too because I got this one, and then I think I'm gonna do it. What's the day? Sunday? Yeah. Maybe tomorrow night or Tuesday night, doing the whole wild card round. So what's going next? So we're gonna talk about every game in part and what we saw in predictions for the next week. So I'll be hitting y'all up. If y'all want to jump back on there, I'll see what the times look like, and then we can do that.
Appreciate you, boss.
Sure.
Y'all have a good one, fellas.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe out
Y'all
here.
take it easy, King.
Stay warm.
Yes, sir.